What's up, y'all? It's your man Wispers, and right now you watching the Vibe Magazine France. You know, my background's checking. I moved around a lot of places. I've been having, this drive to pursue this craft for a long time. But it wasn't until, about 4 years ago I really started taking it serious. And that led me from one avenue to the next, being at California, Vegas, Miami, back to New York. And ultimately I came full circle, so, I'm back in New York now. And that's where I'm at in my career. Just put out this brand new single with Slim, international player, on iTunes right now. Joe with Mario, Showstopper, that did real well. As well as a couple other singles that reached number 1 and 2 on the college charts and doing real well nationally on commercial radio. The reason why I started rapping was because my sister was born deaf. And when I was little, my mother told me and my brother to write down the songs on the radio so that my sister could understand what we were saying and what we were running around and singing. So basically, it started from there. I feel like the music chose me, and ever since, this is the path that I'm on. Regardless of what I've done or what I do, this always sticks with me. So
do you speak sign language?
I did. I'm not gonna front right now and try to pull some out, but I used to. It's been a long time. First of all, for the title of the LP, it's called Flight, and basically, Flight is just it's a compilation of turning point songs, I guess, from going from the street genre, which I've been doing for a long time, to going now into the professionalism of it. So it's more.
You mean more mainstream?
More mainstream. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say like 100% crossover, but a lot of good mainstream records. It definitely fits into what's going on right now, and which is why we call it Flight. And as far as the record with Slim, that came about through mutual friends, and actually I was looking for a feature on a record. And I kind of just do talk. Mutual friends hooked it up. We hooked up. He came through the same night. I had the hook written. He just came through, burned it down. That was a big thing. And then, he loved the song so much that he agreed to do the video. And we went down to Miami and got the whole thing, the cars, the boats, the whole nine, and we had a good time doing the video. So.
You have a song called No Love?
No Love.
Who do you talk to when you say that?
It's not who I talk to. That song was more of the way I was feeling because of the situations that was happening at the time.
Which was,
I had just, some things were going on. Musically, everything was on the upswing. But, and it's like the saying goes, you got to count your blessings because you don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next. I was in the bar, we were celebrating. I ended up getting shot. My brother got killed that same night. So, that was a transitioning point for me, mentally as well as musically. And at the time, when I wrote that, it was a lot of anger that I was feeling. And, I felt like that was the best way to express my anger at the time. So that's why when you hear the song, you can feel it. It's more than hearing it. You can feel what I'm saying. So I think that's why a lot of people gravitated towards it. And it did real well nationally, actually, on commercial radio and the college charts, which is, for a song that's not, that wasn't commercial and it wasn't mainstream, I feel like there's still obviously a market for that because people gravitated towards the realness of it.
How did you keep going? Like, how did you find the strength to keep going after that?
I have no idea, but I did. A weak person would have took a hit and stayed down, but I'm built for this. I took a lot of hits in my lifetime. I've been through it all, and I guess I'm resilient. So for me, it took me a little longer than other times, but, for me to put my helmet on and get back in the game was nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's preparation for what's about to come in my career.
So now it's more like the longevity that you have to work on.
Yeah, somebody told me some real wise words. They said, you got to be in it for the marathon, not the sprint. And that really, changed my way of thinking in terms of the business side of the music. So now that's what I'm looking for is the longevity. So the records that I'm making, the attitude that I've taken, the position that I've taken, when describing my music or actually when recording my music reflects that too. So I think that the people are going to be ready to receive me for a long time.
So what are your expectations with that LP?
I feel like my fans that I've had for a long time on the street side, I feel like they're gonna appreciate it because they can grow with me and get to the next level. which is obviously it's important because it's like they're like a cult fan base. I mean, they stuck with me from day one, through all the mixtapes, the street records, and now through the transition. They're loving it. I think for the new fans that's gonna come along and that's gonna listen to it, I think they're gonna have a newfound respect because it's refreshing. And as opposed to what's going on right now in music, I think that everybody needs a little flight in their life. So get your whispers on.
And how do you work when you work on a song? Do you listen to the beat first? Do you write first?
No, I listen to the beat. I mean, my writing process is it's pretty deep. I have to write at night, late at night, when nobody's around because my phone's not ringing, people are not bothering me, and I'll be sitting
Like Grandmaster Caz.
like Grandmaster Caz. Yeah, I know. I seen that. I just seen that too yesterday. But you know what I'm saying? Like me sitting there, and getting down to the core of who I am by myself with nobody there telling me, some constructive criticism is great, but I during the creative process, just let me do me first, and then after we'll change or we'll work on, some people don't like, but my writing process, I feel like, I need to be by myself, and it's long and drawn out. I'm not one of those artists that can, write a whole song in 15 minutes.
And sometimes you hold on to a song and like for a while and you slip on it and then you go back to it.
I've had a lot of songs that I've held on for a while, which now makes it good because, with the singles that's coming out, everybody's like, yo, that's a great single. These are great. What else you got? You know what I'm saying? So now it's like an avalanche as far as me, and I have the ammunition to throw out there.
So what's going to be the next single?
The next single that I'm looking at is a single called Slow Down. And it's a mix. It's a different kind of record. It's a mix between a little bit of dubstep, a little bit of alternative. I got the alternative, a single on the hook. It's deep, man, and it's good for the club, and it's good for a little bit of Chapter Screwed on there. I mean, it's deep. It's good for the club. It's good for driving in your car. It's good for getting ready for work. It's good for all of that. It's a well-rounded record.
What's your next move? Like, are you going to tour? Are you going to do more records?
I mean, right now, always recording, first of all. That's the main thing. Always keep loading that clip. But as far as the touring, right now we're looking at college tours. We're really setting high goals with this single and the push that we have right now. First of all, overseas. So we going over there with it. Down south there's a big fan base. A lot of commercial radio stations, picked up the single already. And that's just, that's grassrooted. Like that's purely off of, it's organic, let's just say, So it's not without the payola and all that. Like they're actually feeling the movement and gravitating towards it. So definitely a big push on the record. And next, coming out with the Flight LP, which is going to blow everybody away for the fourth into the first quarter.
So speaking of movement, what's the main message of your movement and what you want to put out?
I mean, if I had to describe myself or my movement, I guess in a nutshell, it would be struggle and change. Strength is a lot. And a lot of people can say that they have it, but unless you've been hit with those life situations, you don't know how to deal with it. So I mean, like I feel like people watching me will see the way that I transition and that I'm bringing this to the next level, and I think that they'll get that out of my. I'm not trying to come over here and over exemplify things or anything like that, or glorify it by any means, because all of that y'all listening to or seeing, that's me. I done did it. But I think that there comes a time, unless you're just stuck in the 80s, but there comes a time when you need to transition, you need to grow up, and you need to take flight. And that's what we have right now. So I think people are going to get that out of everything that's going on with me, to change, and the tragedy and the triumph.
What do you listen to right now? Can you name 3 person?
Oh, man. I listen to R&B.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I listen to a lot of Jeremiah. I mean, that's a big one. I listen to Trey. And be honest with you, I listen to me a lot. And the reason why I listen to me is because I'm trying to perfect my craft. So if you're sitting in my car, you listen to me too. Just something like that.
Last question, why Wispers?
It's funny because when I was little, I mean, everybody called me Mumbles. You know, they say I mumble when I talk. Now, speak up. I can't hear you. Why you always whispering? And, you know, we used to be Eddie Wispers and all that, and then it just dropped, you know, to Wispers. So it is what it is. I mean, I don't think I whisper anymore. Definitely, my message is definitely loud, but, you know, it's what it is, Wispers. You can get me at on Twitter, which is at Wispers617. Wispers without the H, Wispers 617. Facebook at I Am Wispers. The website IamWhispers.com. For booking, collabs, infos, IamWhispers@gmail.com. Of course, iTunes, you already know, CD Baby, Amazon. There's 4 singles up there for y'all to choose from. So, you know, get at me. Hit me up on Twitter. I'll talk back. It was your man Wispers. Right now you with the Vibe Magazine French. And I want y'all to check out my brand new LP, Flight. Get on my singles on iTunes, Amazon, CD Baby, etc. Right now, that's what it is. 2013, Wispers.